right. Well, thank you, everybody, and good morning. Right, so welcome to Unilever, and a special welcome to Governor Parson, Michelle Hadaway, the Mayor Ron Fitzwater, and then Luke Holtschneider with our JC Rep Group. Right, and it's an honor to have you all here today. And thank you for joining us at a pivotal moment here for this site, particularly for the Jefferson City factory. You'll probably pick up the allergies are kicking in with the warm weather, right? So the voice is a little scratchy, but I'm going to do my best up here. But I'm Mike Whelan. I'm the factory director here for the Jefferson City site. I've been here for 4 years, right? And a great 4 years here, although we went through COVID, right? But outstanding site and an outstanding announcement that we'll make today. Before I get started, this is a factory, and as a factory, we always like to start our days with safety moments. And I really love and appreciate everybody coming to the site here, but on a safety moment, one of the things in a factory, we have a lot of things going on, particularly in our parking lot. So we have a cell phone policy, right? If you have a call or you need to text, please stop in the spot that you're in. Don't walk or talk and be distracted as you leave our parking lot, right? So we've reserved a lot of things. We've done things to make sure you're going to stay healthy, as well as go home the same way that you came here, right? So please, on that cell phone, make sure that there's no distractions out there as you exit the property. So with that, I'd like to announce today, right, an $80 million investment that we're making here at the site. And it's really around, for us, this investment is going to add additional capabilities for the brand called Liquid IV. You see it up here. People may be familiar. I think a lot of people are. And it's a great opportunity for us here. Liquid IV is a powdered hydration drink within the fast-growing health and well-being business of our business. This announcement builds on a separate $25 million investment that we announced earlier this year, right, on a back-of-factory operation that we're investing here in Jefferson City as well. And this brings Unilever's total investment here at the site to $105 million, right, this year alone in what we announced. So, with that, I think, it's an awesome opportunity for us. Particularly as we talk about the investment here at the site. And again, I'd like to thank everyone who made this moment possible, but especially those who've made the Jefferson City factory what they are today. Right? We have a number of employees here today, and I can't tell you how proud I am of them. One, to go through what we did over the last 4 years, but more importantly, to continue to be the #1 PCL site in Unilever globally. And then our partners, a number of people that have helped us. I see Andy in here somewhere, right? But we have a lot of partners that help us in our space here as a business. And then more importantly, the Jefferson City community. We're very engaged in that. Gary, the chamber, Ron, just everybody here has been very supportive of us in the community. And again, we've enjoyed our partnership here within Jefferson City. And again, this site has been in operation for over half a century, right? So it was built in 1966. It's gone through iterations of Q-tips, toothpaste, personal care liquid, and now our nice new addition of Liquid IV. And now, with this investment, we're geared to make products for another one of our top brands, as I mentioned, really around Liquid IV. And again, Liquid IV was a company that was acquired by Unilever in October of 2020. And the brand has helped Unilever's, beauty and well-being or health and well-being business deliver consistent growth. It's actually had phenomenal growth. Our location is the first Unilever facility to manufacture products for the health and well-being business. So we've done personal care liquids. Now we're entering the space of health and well-being, which is the first of its kind here, in the business globally. And again, it's a proud moment for North America, and it's a proud moment for the Jefferson City site. As an employer of choice in the community, we're continuously working to support our more than 450 employees here at the site. It's a great opportunity as we invest again in our site, our people, and our teams. We're excited to continue building on our years of partnership with Jefferson City and the state of Missouri teams. As I mentioned before, great partnerships, great collaborations. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce Luke Holtschneider, who's been a key member of our community engagement here at the site, President and CEO of the Jefferson City Economic Partnership. With that,
Luke. Well, thank you, Mike, and good morning, everybody. It's exciting. Great crowd. Thank you all for stopping in and joining us for this celebration this morning. Somebody working in the field of economic development, very few days, if any. I think it would be very hard to top what today's excitement and announcement brings. What we focus on day in and day out is exactly what's being achieved here at Unilever. So we appreciate the partnership. Unilever's, I would assume a lot of us locally here, the name Cheeseboro Pond still gets referred to as this site, but has been a staple in this community for decades. You'd probably be hard-pressed to find any local family that has not been positively impacted directly through this operation at some point over the past, nearly 6 decades now. And their decision to, make a significant investment back into this facility really is a testament to Unilever's commitment to growth and progress, but it's also a strong endorsement of this community and their confidence in our ability to be a good community partner. This project is going to breathe a ton of new life into this community. The impacts, the ripple effects are going to be felt well beyond the bounds of just this site and these 4 walls and the 60+ acres that we stand on here today. And so with that, there's going to be a broad value that the community is going to receive. And I'll say that as we were working with the team at Unilever on trying to secure this site and this location for this additional investment, I don't think it'll surprise the governor. It came down to two key things that were major considerations on where to make this investment. And one is the infrastructure, and the other is workforce. And infrastructure, Missouri, Jefferson City, we're blessed in a central U.S. location and strong infrastructure assets for transportation and logistics. That puts our star on the map, quite honestly. But what helps close the deal, what sets us apart, I think really is, as Mike has referenced, it's the community, it's the workforce, ultimately it's the people. That's what sets us apart, and that's really the value we bring to these types of projects. I do think, in addition to thanking the Unilever team for all that they do, I as well want to recognize quickly a few partners that were critical in getting us to this point. Their shared vision and alignment, are key to helping us get here. I do have to start with our team at JC Rep, Ms. Ibano, Paul Sampson, as well as our board and investors, partners at the city, mayor, council, the team at City Hall, our county commissioners, the governor and his focus on economic development, the team at the State Department of Economic Development, Ameren, CMPS, many partners, but ultimately, Mike, I think, we, in the conversation before walking in here, the passion is true. I know Mike pretty well over the past couple of years now, but he wakes up, he breathes, eats, sleeps. I think this plant, this facility, at times I don't know that he sleeps that much, but he is focused day in and day out on this location, this plant, and ultimately ensuring the longevity of the people here and putting them at the front of everything. So I think we all owe Mike a gracious gratitude. So thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our mayor, our leader, our visionary, Mayor Ron Fitzwater.
Well, it is indeed a privilege to be here on behalf of the city and our city council. We've got some of our administrative leaders here and our staff. It's just a privilege to welcome this new addition to Jefferson City, and I'm proud to be a part of this historical announcement today. Unilever is a leading Jefferson City area employer as well as a great community partner, and we are sincerely humble that they have selected our city for this significant investment. And again, thanks, Mike, and thanks for your team. Not only does this project impact Jefferson City and Cole County, and I see some of our leadership from Cole County here, it also impacts the entire central Missouri region, and it's important to the folks, and it's great seeing all these blue shirts out here. I told Mike I didn't get the blue shirt memo. Next time I will be ready and I'll have the blue shirt on. But anyways, since taking office less than a year ago, I can say that this has been one of the most exciting projects that we've worked on, and we have done a lot of heavy lifting, and again, with Mike's leadership and Luke and Department of Economic Development. So thanks Unilever for having confidence in Jefferson City. Just 2 months ago in January, the company announced that they were investing over $25 million to enhance their current warehouse operations. And now here in March, they're announcing this $80 million new product to our community. Again, I mean, it is a partnership. There are people in this room that have been a part of the process, and we're so excited because it took everybody stepping up. There were a lot of pieces to put in place to make this work, and everybody that came in was, what can we do to help? How can we be a part of it? What can we do? So thanks to everybody for the work, because as has been indicated, this was a competitive process. We had to sell Jefferson City. I mean, I think Mike was a pretty good ambassador for us, but we had to put the pieces together, and the city stepped up, and we appreciate that. I was going to steal a line from the governor, but I'll save it. But in closing, thank you to the Department of Economic Development. Thank you to JC Regional Economic Partnership. Like Luke's comments, our partners in the economic development, it's a team sport. And again, this process has proven that it is a team sport. And I can confidently say, and it's been a privilege over the past year to work with them, we've got the best team here in Jefferson City. And the leadership in the governor's mansion helps us to even strengthen that. So, Governor, thanks for all you do, not only for Jefferson City, but for the state of Missouri. And just in closing, so thank you. The project aligns with the vision. A year ago, almost a year ago, I stood at the Chamber of Commerce and said, you know, we're trying to create a new vision for this city, and Jefferson City is open for business, and we're excited to be a part of this. Thank you.
So real quick, I appreciate the recognition, but you know, I want to say thank you, Luke, you know, Michelle, and just a number of members here who have, you know, again, a lot of recognition for us. But everybody in my Liquid IV team, right? Raise your hands, right? 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 They're here today on a workshop integration, right? So again, with them and their partnership as well, right? None of this is possible, so I want to thank them. Right, all our Unilever Blue, and I really want to call out my employees, right? If you all raise your hands, right? You know, for my performance and culture by Latitude, and I couldn't be prouder of a group of people here at the site. And again, I thank every one of you for 4 years of hard work and dedication. Again, it makes these things possible. So, thank you, right? And again, thank you so much, Luke and Mayor Fitzwater. We appreciate the support from the community over the years. And now I'd like to introduce Acting Director of the State Department of Economic Development, Michelle Hadaway, for a few remarks.
Team DED is proud to be here today celebrating Unilever's ongoing growth right here in Jefferson City. It's exciting to look out into the crowd, as already been acknowledged, to see the team before me that helped get this exciting project to the finish line. And admittedly, I'm proud to be on site with you in my very own hometown, at the same place where I brought my kids to trunk or treat right outside. And I think this small example shows how much Unilever many of you have heard us say it before, because we've said it a lot today, that economic development is a team sport. And Team DED works hard to create an environment that encourages economic growth by supporting our state's businesses and diverse industries, strengthening our communities, developing a talented and skilled workforce, and maintaining a high quality of life. But in no way could we accomplish these things without the tried and true concept of team. I love working alongside a team of economic development professionals to provide assistance and resources Missouri companies need to thrive. Companies just like Unilever and today's exciting project announcement, bringing with it an investment of $80 million. As a leading Jefferson City employer, a longtime partner since 1966, and the world's largest consumer goods company, Team DED is excited to watch your business continue to grow while you also keep making a positive difference in our world. Congratulations once again, and thank you for all who've contributed to making today's celebration a memorable one. And now, I am truly honored for the opportunity to introduce the next speaker. His love for Missouri and experience owning a small business resonates with everyone from Fortune 500 companies to locally owned businesses. He's a leader who takes the time to sit at the table with business owners and whose passion for Missouri's economy makes him our state's #1 economic developer. He's a man of integrity and faith who loves his family endlessly. He has a passion for sports, agriculture, and people. He is a U.S. Army veteran, a former sheriff, a small business owner, and a third-generation farmer. Will you please join me in a warm welcome for Missouri's 57th governor, Governor Mike Parson.
Sit down. Wow. I wasn't expecting that, Michelle. But I'm getting at the age where I'm going to have them quit reading my bios because it sounds like I've never been able to hold a job in my life. Is what it sounds. But it's great to be here today. Liquid IV, man, that's just a cool sound to it. You know, you need a shot of liquid IV every once in a while. I need that over at the Capitol, I think, quite a bit sometimes. But man, what a great day to be here. As I look to the audience, and a lot of thank yous I got to do first, but Michelle and her team, man, I'm so proud of them. I've been overseas with them. I know Lori's here so many times trying to recruit businesses and bring businesses here. And let me tell you, just kind of in 5.5 years as governor, I'm in my last year of being governor. But I'm going to tell you why I'm so proud of these folks. $15 billion of new businesses has come to our state in 5.5 years, and that credit goes to my economic development team and what we do in the state of Missouri. Over 100,000 new employees in the state of Missouri. So I appreciate what you do, Michelle, for the state of Missouri. I thank all of you and your team. Mayor, always proud to live here in Jeff City. Well, I'm kind of my second home, I guess I want to say. I know you'd claim it for my first home, but it's nice to be here. But I'm still, my true love's at the farm, so that's where I'm headed to before long to be able to do that. When I was talking to Mike in the back room, we were talking about his passion for this company, to be able to talk what you've done. I want you to share this with you because you don't get to hear them backroom conferences sometimes when we talk to CEOs and the governor and things like that. But most of it generated around all of you sitting in those chairs today about the employees, about what it was to work in this company. Some of the things that you have suggested to make it a better working environment is some of the things that I use on the state all the time, trying to make it a good place for people to go to work. The one thing I've been so blessed in my career, whatever job I've had, I've always wanted to come to work and do it. That's just the way I've always been fortunate enough in my life. Not saying it's always easy every day. Sometimes I get it. You get a little tired. But you got to have good employees. And when we started focus on workforce development infrastructure, both of those issues when I become governor are non-political issues. They're good for the entire state. If we build the workforce of tomorrow, that's why these companies are going to invest money in the state of Missouri to be able to do that. If you build the highway systems, if you build the river ports, if you build the airports, if you build broadband, all the things that we all want as just people out there going to work every day, and where we live, that's what makes this environment so special to work in this company. So I will tell you, $80 million investment is a huge investment. It's as simple as that, you know. But I will tell you the thing that'll miss the undertone of the news today, probably. But I always like to brag about bringing new jobs here and new business here. But it is just important to retain the jobs we have and the businesses we've been loyal to this state for years upon years, just like your company has been. You've been loyal to this entire state for how long was you been here?
Since 1966.
1966. Heck of a long time, I can tell you that. Longer than most of you've been around, I can tell you that, because I can look out there and you're not as old as I am to do that. But that's the dedication you have and to be able to do it. So just to retain the jobs for all you guys to be here, you're what makes the economy go, not government. I mean, the companies, yeah, they got to be here, but the only reason they're here is the bottom line is they want to do good at what they do. They want to make money. They want to be profitable. And the only way they do this, you have good employees that's willing to go to work every day and build a team. I'll share this with you. I've always said, and Michelle's heard me say this plenty of times. It's never about being the best governor. It's never about being the best director. It's never about being the best CEO. Leadership is always about making people around you better. The people that understand that, that's who you're Now, Ron tried to steal one of my lines a while ago when he said he kind of halfway went around in closing. So here's what I'm going to teach all of you. If you ever get up here, you have to speak to a group of people someday. When the speaker says in closing, 85% of the audience listens. In closing, which is where you're supposed to listen, like you're really paying attention to what I'm saying, I want to thank every one of you for giving me the opportunity to be governor of this state. I want to thank you for what you do every day, because it's the companies and the employees that work within the companies is the heart and soul of Missouri. I guarantee you that's who it is. And if you guys continue to do what you're doing, our economies are going to get better. The other generations are going to have an opportunity to sit in your chair someday, and that's what you really should care about. What are your kids and what are your grandkids going to do, like in my case? But if we keep building companies like this and we keep investing in them and they keep investing in you, it's a win-win for our state. And that's why it's so important for me as governor, for the economic development team, to invest, to help invest our money in you, because I believe you're going to be here for many, many more years. And when you make that kind of investment, that means you're going to be here a while. And that's what I like to see. So I appreciate all of you who are here today. It is an honor for me to be here, to be part of this celebration. And I just appreciate every one of you for what you do every day, whatever your job titles are. Just remember at the end of the day, you're trying to make the place better for someone else. So thank you all for having me. And as always, it is an honor and privilege to be the 57th governor of the great state of Missouri. God bless. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Governor Parson. I think I speak for everyone when I say this is a very exciting opportunity for Unilever's manufacturing network, particularly here in Jefferson City and the state of Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes, that concludes our announcement today. Right? Thank you again for joining us to mark this moment. It truly is a very proud moment for us here. For our guests, as you depart, please be sure you pick up a sample. We'd love you to walk away with a sample of liquid IV in a carry bag. And remember to be careful in our parking lot as you leave, right? And as we ask that our employees join us for a photo up here with the governor, if you don't mind, right? So with that concludes our visit. I'd love to have our team kind of come up here and take a photo op. And with that, please feel free to mingle. Thank you.
Selfie.